Thanks for logging on to MyFoxHurricane.com. So here's where we stand so far this season. We've used up 3 names, and you're probably wondering, so how does this compare? Where are we at in the season? Are we above average, or are we really slowing down with these names? Well, typically we get to that 4th name on the list about the middle of August, so we're doing just fine, and we don't really see anything coming along in the short term here, so we're kind of right about average at this point. So we'll continue to watch this very closely as we go through the coming weeks, because now is the time as we head into August where we start to see, or we at least expect to see, that activity ramping up. You look across the Atlantic down into the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, we're still seeing some of this stronger wind shear across the Caribbean. You see this little disturbance right here, a little uptick in some convection, but at this point really not seeing anything happening with that. A lot of strong wind shear in this area, really blowing the top of this system off. This is really more of an upper level feature. And then you look across the Gulf of Mexico, things are quiet right now. A couple of tropical waves moving through the Caribbean, no sign of really anything going on with those. In fact, you see they're pretty much devoid of any clouds or convection. You start to see some more areas of some convection out into the far eastern Atlantic. We're dealing with some fairly strong winds, so conditions just really aren't conducive to really see anything happening out in that direction for the time being. It's an area we'll continue to watch, because as you look at the Fox model, we continue to watch these areas of dry air working their way onto the west. But you notice as you look further to the east, you are starting to see more moisture starting to pool out across the far eastern Atlantic and working its way to the west. You're seeing maybe a broad area of low pressure with this. So for the time being, not expecting to see anything happening with this, but if this can hold together and get plenty of moisture and continue to work its way to the west, well, in the long range, it might be something that we watch, but at least at this point, none of the models really showing any major development, just showing that broad area of low pressure continuing to work its way onto the west. But it's one area. With nothing going on, it's one area that we will continue to watch across the tropics as we go through the next 5 to 7 days. Of course, we'll keep you updated right here on MyFoxHurricane.com.